Here we are again for the second video. This time I'm not going to show my big fat stupid face. I'm just going to do my big fat stupid voice. So I've did the last video shoot from the hip. Never really done anything like that before. So I figured I would mix things up a little bit. I got some B-roll footage in the background from me and my buddies playing some Helldivers. And kind of want to take a moment to talk about something. So the last one I did, I kind of targeted an individual for their piss poor writing. That's enough from you, Bailey. And them attacking Arrowhead, basically saying that they're moving too quick and I can't keep up, and I pass out randomly if I grip things too hard. Um, so instead of just harping on the negativity, I'm gonna, I don't know, to do something a little more positive, right? Because there's enough freaking negativity in the world right now that perhaps we could use a little bit of positivity, and that brings me to Helldivers in general. I mean, they have done something and captured something that I thought was long gone within me and my friend group, my buddies. I believe they would all agree with this, is that there was a time many moons ago, people used to get together and play video games in other people's homes, right? Like in the living room or in their bedrooms, or in the case, one time a bunch of buddies and I got together at a friend of mine's dad had a hotel. So we went there, and it was a hotel that wasn't being used anymore, but it had all the TVs and everything. So we system linked like four different Xboxes, and we played Halo and Ghost Recon and a whole bunch of other shit, like for freaking all day and all night. So um, a long time ago, in a galaxy far away in the not too distant future, next Sunday AD, we would, like I said, get together and we would system link compute. But even before then, we would get together and play games like on the Nintendo 64, Bond, 007, GoldenEye. I could still to this day uh, reference that to some of my buddies from when I went to military school, and they'll be, it got so deeply ingrained in our culture that in the game you could chop people with your hand, right? You could just chop, and that would kill them. But that meant you had to get close enough to somebody to do it, and that generally meant somebody made a series of fuck ups in order for you to get there to get chopped. So it became so ingrained in our culture that in school, outside of the game, if you did something stupid, we would chop you. And it would be like, hey, come on, dude, that's a chop. And you just move your neck to the side, and they would lightly chop you on the neck and be like, see, that was our way of saying, yeah, you're kind of fucking dumb, or what you did was kind of stupid. So, that for me is kind of where it started. Was around the time the Nintendo 64 had GoldenEye. Prior to that, it was all strictly, single player. There was very little multiplayer, with the exception of sports games. Like my dad and I used to play Madden and fighting games and stuff like that. But beyond that, there wasn't a real like shooter that was multiplayer on a console. Now we had games like Delta Force and the OG Rainbow Six, and we had like the OG SWAT game, which was a point and click adventure, and then it was SWAT 2 was a top down shooter, then SWAT 3 was a first person shooter, and that actually started bringing things home into what we know today. And games like Ready or Not and stuff kind of come from that era of gaming. So when I think of gaming, multiplayer gaming in my early days, that's kind of what it was focused on. Now I also was a PC gamer, but a lot of my like real life friends were not. Um, I had a few that were, and every now and then we'd get together and land the computers up. But we weren't playing shooters per se. We were mostly playing strategy games and tactical games of that nature. There is a time when I was 19, I was helping some guys make a mod for Half-Life called Conflict in Nam, and we all were like got together and met in Mississauga, Canada. That's when I went, flew up to Canada. Actually, I flew up to Buffalo, took a bus to Canada because it was significantly cheaper. And this is, God, this was right after 9/11, so air travel was kind of stupid. Um, so I get up there, and I brought my computer with me. Uh, put it in my suitcase and like packed it up real tight. And, so we rigged up all the desktops, and we spent like an entire week playing just Counter Strike and uh, Team Fortress and Rainbow Six, like every freaking game that we all had together as a collective. We stayed up all night, just drinking Pepsi, eating pizza, and poning noobs. Like it was that was the glory days, man. So that's what gaming used to be like. Was you would get together and you'd shoot people as a family. We virtually speaking. So, uh, but going back to my original thought was, we would get together and it really kind of exploded with Xbox. So while I still PC gamed, I grabbed an Xbox because everybody had an Xbox at the time, and they were gaining in popularity. But a lot of my non like PC gaming people were getting Xboxes as well. So of course Halo comes out. And holy Jesus, fucking Halo, right? Like when Halo launched, that was it. There was nothing that compared to it at the time. So we would get together and we would system link those bad boys together. We'd get as many people as we could together. I'd go back to the hotel time. That was regular Xbox days. We linked all of those bad boys up, and we would. My first place that I moved out when I moved out of my house, I was like 17. It was me and my best friend and this random psycho girl that lived there occasionally. Used to eat peanut butter directly from the jar. It was just a this is a whole weird thing. So, which I mean, if you're making a sandwich and you grab a dollop of peanut butter, that's acceptable. But to just walk around with a jar and a spoon, that should have been red flag number one. But anyway, so we would hook up, and then we'd hook up all our systems, and then our buddies would come over. So I had my Xbox, my buddy had his Xbox, his buddy would come over, and we would hook them all together. And when we weren't bullying my friend's girlfriend because she would get so angry when we would snipe her at Blood Gulch, we'd play like free for all, but we would always target her because she would get so fucking mad. Like it was that was like a key point in and just enjoying the evening is drinking Miller High Life and shooting her because she would. That's not fucking fair. I just spawned in, and we're like, so. We had them all in the living room, so I had a bigger TV in the living room, so four of us would be in the living room, and then we had what we called the box. Okay, so the box was my buddy's room, which was adjacent to the living room, and it was a small 19-inch TV, and we would play games where usually the person in the box was isolated against four, and it just made we because you can make up your own games, and we would do that. Um, and even with single player games, we would find a way. This is not just in this house particular, but this is something we did, and we did for a long time is well into my 20s. We would get people together and we'd play Grand Theft Auto, and we would do like, all right, see who can survive the longest with the most stars, like just and whenever you died, it was the next person's turn to play. Or if you got rid of all the stars, like if you got like max wanted level and you got rid of all of them. So yeah, the point I'm making is that we would get together and we would feast. We would eat pizza. We would drink. Started with soda and ended with beer and hard alcohol. Like we would just have so much fun, staying up all night, just blowing each other away, causing mayhem and destruction. A new game would drop. We would all get it, and we would just get together. We'd watch movies. It was a very social setting, and then we all grew up, and gaming kind of evolved away from that. There wasn't a whole lot of split screen multiplayer anymore. They're, system linking, getting everybody together. Well, now there's Xbox Live, so why do I need to go over to my buddy's house? We could just play at home when you get off work, because now we have full time jobs and careers, and some of us are going off to college, and yeah, it's just the natural progression of life. For some people, for adjusted people who don't write articles wanting a game to slow down because they can't get their priorities in order. But no, but for adjusted, there I go, people that could freaking, and that's not to say that I was, made all the best decisions in my life. I'm just now like in my, I'm 40, and I'm just now giving adulting a whirl, and I'm pretty good at it. So, it's not how you reach the pot of gold. It's the adventure and the friends you make along the way. So, I'm rabbit trailing here. So with gaming, you had this time where it was like the golden era, right? And then now we're in what we're in now, which is, you know, it's the best it's ever been when you look at it objectively. Like games like Helldivers and games like Ready or Not, you got Squad, you got Hell Let Loose. This is all particularly like games that I'm focused on, that I enjoy playing. Like as a flight simmer, it's the best it's ever been. There's plenty to complain about, but it's still the best it's ever been. I mean, Jesus Christ, the graphics and the things that you can do. And then you got shit like Star Citizen, where it's like, hey, do you and like a billion people want to play on the same server? Fuck it, we'll figure it out. And it like, they're still working on it, ain't done yet. But it's like, we got all of this shit that exists in this world today, and people still like to bitch and complain that gaming is dead and that the things aren't like, but it's like, okay. And then comes Helldivers. Okay, Helldivers drops, and all my buddies and I were sitting around and we're blowing shit up together. I mean, look, this B-roll that's going in the background. Just fucking look. We're calling 380 millimeter barrages, 120 millimeter barrages, and walking barrages at the same time. Are they effective? Yeah. Are they as effective as other things? No. But it's really cool to watch the world blow, and it changes the map. It leaves these giant craters. It gives me my deathcore of Krieg porn, and we march across the wasteland and we kill whatever's left. It's just fucking love it. And like, we're all having such a good time. And one of my buddies goes, "You know why this is so much fun? This reminds me of staying up all night playing Time Splitters." And then it just fucking clicked with me. Holy shit. He's absolutely right. Everything about Helldivers brings us back to a time for people of my age and my generation. It brings us back to that time of staying up all night on a Friday going into Saturday, and having to be quiet and not wake up our parents, down in a basement or in the bedroom or in the living room, or if we were lucky, they'd go out of town or they'd be busy that weekend or that night, so we'd just fucking go ham and order in Domino's or whatever, and just freaking slaying bodies and hanging out all night and talking about cars and dreaming about women. We never had a plan. We were just living for the minute. Um, that's a deep dive. Not probably not, but anyway. So it would bring us back to that time. That's what it's doing now. Like all of my friends, as we get together and do the dumb shit that we do in Helldivers, it's like, oh my god, this is what it used to feel like. And then yesterday, I'm riding in the car with my girlfriend, and we're on our way to go fishing, and I nerd out for a minute about how much I love this game, and it's like I've become more positive and upbeat because of it, because I feel younger. And then it kind of clicked with me that there's a whole world of people that are feeling just like I am, but they don't know why. And I'm not going to try to pretend to figure out why, that I know why. It just one of those things that, I'm happy that things are just work sometimes. I don't need to dig too deep into it. It's just I don't know why I like certain things. Just fuck, I like chocolate ice cream. Fucking tastes good. Like, I don't need to dig deep into that. I'm sure there's a scientific reason behind it, but I don't fucking need to know it. So with this, there's a whole group of people who didn't grow up when I grew up. You didn't have that moment of playing multiplayer games for the first time with your friends, staying up all night and having these LAN parties and having these where we'd system link and get together and do that. You missed out on that. It's not dead because you're doing it now. That's what you're doing in Helldivers. Only now you're getting to do it in a different way. You get to meet randoms, which for an old guy like me, that's scary. I still play with my friends. But like randoms, like you get to do that. You get to make and forge new friendships potentially. You probably meet a dick or two, but hey, that's life, man. That's a life lesson I'll hand you. I gave you one last time. Sometimes you're gonna meet a dick or two, but most of the time you're gonna meet halfway good and decent people. And don't let the dicks get you down. Keep up, be happy with the friends that you do make. And that's something you should be doing. You should be making friends with these fucking people that you run into randomly. I every now and then I'll start by myself because my friends aren't on, and I'll open up the lobby and people will join. And I'm fucking weird and antisocial, but I still like that there's other people. I still do the big bro grabs. We give each other hugs. Hey, where's my hug? And like we do all that kind of shit. And then when my friends get on, I have this weird like I gotta kick these guys, but I don't fucking want to. So instead of just being an adult and being like, "Hey, my friends have arrived and I wish to replace them with you, or wish to replace you with them," I just back out of the lobby like a pussy because I don't want to hurt their feeling. I don't want to kick them. So I just act like, oh, that's just good. I should start doing. And they'll think my internet's going down or whatever, and then I'll just back out. But I hate that. It's a feel. I don't like. If I had to have anything negative to say about Helldivers in particular, it's my own problem. I get in my own way with it. I don't want to. I go into battle with these randoms and we kick ass, help each other and do things and have these funny moments, and then it's like the fucking Fight Club. They're single serving friends, Um, but if you don't have a friend group or whatever, you should be like making friends with these people and like maybe get infiltrating their friend groups, and then now you've got this connect, and now you can go out and stomp bugs and slot bodies together. Like it's good times, I'm serious. So uh, you guys that do have these friend groups that you've been playing games with, but this is what it felt like. Okay, this is why it's a long way to get to that. This is what it felt like to sit there and just blow shit up with my friends and be up all night. I keep going back to that. I can't do that anymore because it just physically hurts. But like, but like being up all night with my bros and just gaming our little hearts out and talking mad shit and doing funny things and annoying each other in the ways that, like I mentioned before, like we would troll my friend's girlfriend just by popping her. I could still hear her today. I just spawned in. I wasn't ready, and thinking like, how many fucking times I get spawn kill? No fucking no sleep till Brooklyn. You're getting fucking slayed because it bothers you. And like just the dumb shit that we would do to each other, we still get to do it in Helldivers. There's not a moment in us playing where one of us walks by a hell bomb that's stuck in the mud or whatever, and we'll just casually shoot it or throw a grenade at it and not say a fucking word. The next thing you know, we're just getting blown shit. Or what started all this, like we use a lot of the orbital barrages now. I'm sure, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the footage in the background, but we do them a lot. And here it started with, hey, let's give everybody, and this is what it's not really off topic, I promise. I was like, hey, what if we all helped each other get that only way to be sure achievement, where you have to throw 6 orbitals in the same area at around the same time. It's like, why don't we do? So that went from like, let's do 6 to let's do fucking 12, like, or 8, or wait, we were like I was carrying 3 orbital barrages, and then a couple other people were too, and we just start hucking them and just fuck it and just sat there. I mean, we did one where we were going to do an extract, and we were expecting it to be hot, and we were expecting it to be hot from a specific direction. So we just threw all of our orbitals, but we staggered them for like 2.5 till the bird landed. We had shells impacting, and we didn't really have any problems. It was fucking kind of chill. But the thing was, is like we'll get into a gunfight, and then one of us will just be like, "I did a thing." and we're like, oh fuck. So we're trying to find where that red beam is, because if I'm getting overrun and the only thing I have are those orbital strikes, you goddamn right I'm throwing one, and we'll just fucking huck them in the worst possible situations and scenarios, just to fucking see what happens. It's like Russian roulette, only with heavy artillery. It's amazing. So sometimes, so it, we're able to have those same. We when we played Halo back in the day, we had this thing we called it Zany, where it was the game where you had to capture the skulls and like play it like football. Only the only weapon you could use was rocket launchers. So it was rocket launchers and skulls. It's just fucking. We called it Zany because it was zany, and like here we are today doing the same shit. And I am in particular very lucky in that some of the people that I game with are people that I've gamed with since I was a teenager. And because of Helldivers, I'm actually reconnecting with people that I haven't gamed with in a very, very long time. And I can only attribute that to the fact that so many people have bought this game and gotten into it and genuinely enjoy it. So I don't know. I just felt like that I wanted to spread some joy and talk a little bit about what this game kind of means to me. Um, Down in the comments, I'm going to do some cliche YouTuber shit right now. So down in the comments, tell me like, am I stupid, or like is this a thing that we all are experiencing together as a Helldiver family? This like, gaming doesn't suck all of a sudden, and we're all having fun, even with the things that aren't perfect in the game, and there are things that aren't perfect, but like, what's more perfect than getting together and barbecuing the shit out of fucking robots and bugs with your buddies and just watching mayhem and death and destruction and just I mean, god damn, just look at this. It's just fun. And like, are we the only? Am I okay? I'm a rabbit trail. I started looking at the footage and remembering my buddies and I just play. Like, I remember this particular. We just go. My buddy Upchuck just going fucking ham with that autocannon, just ripping shit up. Like, tell me some of your memories. What are some of your fond memories from gaming whenever you were younger, and tell me how this is your homework. This is your essay. I want 200 words on how this feels compared to how Helldivers feels compared to what it was like whenever you were first gaming, or what you remember from gaming. And from there, kind of, just tell me your story. You heard me ramble on for I don't know, 20 minutes or whatever. You've heard me ramble. I want to hear your story. So tell me. And I'm giving this content creation thing a whirl again for like the 50th time, but this time I'm trying it a little bit different when I'm a much better mental and physical state. Um, so if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Tell me to go fuck myself in the comments or whatever. Um, uh, give me a subscribe if you feel like you want more of this, because I'm happy to do it. Uh, as long as we're enjoying this game, I'm gonna write. Look at that, just Hellbomb got hit, just fucking just destruction. So as long as we're all, this is a moment where we all just said fuck it and started throwing orbitals because we had them. And as the joke, the running joke with us is, they don't pay us to bring them back, so fucking send it. Um, I as long as this thing, I'm gonna play other games. I'm gonna make other videos that show other games and the things that us playing them. But for now, I just wanted to get to the point that like Helldivers reminds me of what it was like to play games when playing games was fun. And I think for a very long time, we got sucked into battle royale type stuff, or these pay to wins, and these live service games that just were soul crushing and lifeless and just fucking sucked. But they were all that was available, because not everybody. likes to play these indie tactical shooters that I enjoy. However, I was getting burned out on them too. Whenever you have to rely on 50 other people on your team to work as a cohesive unit and they're strangers that don't know each other, you're putting a lot of your fun invested in, or a lot of your fun is invested in a big fucking dice roll. Like, you could get bad squad leaders, you could get bad squad members, you could get a bad officer in charge of your group, and it's just, with Helldivers, that all of that gets deleted. You still get to feel like you're a part of something bigger. You get to feel like you're in this big war together and doing all this shit together. But you, in the end, you're just 4 people or 2 people or 3 people or just yourself. But generally speaking, with us, it's at least 3 or 4 people out there blowing shit up together, having a good goddamn time. And not having to rely on anything but each other to have fun. And the cool part about this is we all get to be main characters. We all get to have those epic freaking movie moments. We get to have those moments where we rescue our friends, or we die gloriously holding the line, or have these moments where we achieve the hero status by calling in air at a key point and wipe it out like 40 bugs at one time, or flanking a tank and destroying it and saving your pinned down squad. Like, you get all of these moments, and everyone else gets those too. It's not just you. It kind of goes along with the territory of how this game works, is where everybody's the main character, but nobody's the main character, and that's why it works. Is that everybody gets to do all of these things together and experience all of these things and help each other and blow shit up together and kill your friends in cool and funny and glorious ways and troll each other, all for the greater good of Super Earth. And god damn it, I am so happy. 2024, man, I hear a lot of people bitching and moaning and we live in the best fucking timeline. It's never been this fucking awesome. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Me and the boys in the video are about to make it to our extraction. So I'm just going to let this play out and shut up. And I don't even remember how this ends. I don't give a shit, but I feel stupid if I just cut it off here. And I don't want to fill time just rambling on about nothing. I've already done that for about half an hour. So I love you guys, man. I hope you're loving Helldivers. Let me know what you think below. Deuces.
Range of enemy artillery.
Requesting orbital.
Well, where's their artillery coming from?
Right here.
We're getting it.
Range of enemy ETA T-minus 2 minutes.
Cool.
Nice.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Heavy.
Boatloads of heavies.
Time to deny a whole area.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
Wait, every time it's just about to fire, I get hit by like 8 things. See? Every fucking
Coming up
time.
our...
Falling back.
Folks are on.
One's down.
Put them south.
Some supplies back here if you need them.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
Fuck.
Hey, it's a good thing we didn't bring any fucking eagle strikes.
Yeah, we're jammed here, huh?
Yeah, just took like the air defense is right next to us.
Oh shit.
That was a good volley right there. There was like,
Request approved.
Birds on the deck.
Where's them samples that you had, John? Did you get them?
I got some.
I got some.
I picked some off the ground.
Fucking hell.
Time to go.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff.
How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
they don't pay me to bring them home.